Hi, welcome. I'm Erin McGuire, owner of Pure Light Wellness, transformational life coach, and energy healer. I wanted to hop on and just share a little bit about where I'm at the moment. I feel like collectively we're all kind of going through a purging process. I've felt this since the beginning of COVID, and it just continues. We're really being asked to shed parts of us that are no longer serving us, no longer useful, and part of this old paradigm of, go, 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 and do for everybody else, and live a little bit in a place of not being good enough. And so what's kind of coming up for me today, it feels a little bit heavier today. I don't know if there's something going on astrologically or what, but I've just kind of been in this place of doubt. There's this potential opportunity that has presented itself, and it's a possibility that I could grow more in my own inner development and possibly in my business. But I'm holding back from it. I want to make sure I'm not making a decision out of my old paradigm, which is that I'm not enough, so I need more. Let me know if that resonates with you. That's a whole thing that I'm talking about in my book. I'm going to write on that later today. And then my book is another issue that is coming up too. It's like I've recommitted to writing again, but when I sit down to do it, this heaviness comes. It's like I have this roadblock in front of me. In the past it was perfectionism and wanting to do it right, and is there enough information in the book, and again, this not enough thing. And so I really want to, because look, I've been working on the not enough thing for a long time. I mean, that was very much internalized in my computer system called my brain. And I developed a lot of programs that said you're not good enough, so you have to do more. You have to be better. You have to be perfect in order to whatever, get love, get recognition, feel significant, all that junk. And we know that's not true, and I know a lot of people suffer from that. I've had that on so many different levels of my life, and yet there's still some layers of it that are coming to the surface. And it's just been really interesting as I've committed to stepping into my power over it's really kind of been going on the last 6 months to a year, but really since about February, I've gotten really serious about enough is enough. Enough of not enough is enough. And today just feels heavy. I'm not going to lie. It just feels heavy. It's like yesterday was great. I had energy. I was moving through things. I'm getting so much done in my business. I have, somebody that's helping me out with things. She's amazing. And a lot is shifting. But again, this roadblock comes up when I'm asked to sit down and do the one thing I've been wanting to do for a long time. That roadblock comes. So what I did on my walk this morning was I imagined, I thought about it. What do you do if a roadblock comes? If you're driving and sometimes there's detours, right? It'll detour you around to a different place, but eventually you get to your destination. It's just maybe not the way you thought it was going to go, right? You feel me on this? Where I'm going with this? The other thing is we could blow up that roadblock, right? We could imagine that there's a ignition in there, or we throw in a bomb and you blow up that cement roadblock and then you drive through it. But what I feel is we're being called to do, at least me, if this is resonating with you, is to take that detour. And it's maybe I'm not going to go the way that I thought I was, but I'm just going to stay open to the flow and trust that I'm being directed in the right way. And that's kind of been the journey of this book. It's not gone the way that I wanted it to. It's taken way longer. But I'm just going to take a little detour today and see what happens. And at the same time, I also want to blow up the roadblock of that it has to be perfect, that I have to be, doing more so it can be good enough. So let me know where you're at with that today. I'm guessing if you're watching and you're still watching this far in, that you are on some level struggling with the not good enough syndrome, as I like to call it. It's a real thing. It's impacts every single area of your life in multiple layers that you are, I promise you, unconscious of. And it's debilitating, but it's not impossible to overcome. In fact, I do it all the time. This is just next level, right? I've been asking you to go to the next level, and so the next level shows up, and we have to be like, I'm ready to move through this. I'm not going to keep sitting on the sidelines and watching my life pass me by. I shared that in a post I wrote yesterday. I had a dream a couple days ago, not last night, but the night before, that I was going to see an Oprah Live event to see Mel Robbins and Oprah. For some reason, it was Mel Robbins. And so I was going to see the event, and then it's in the same dream, I was going to walk on stage, be on the same stage as Mel Robbins and Oprah. And that dream was really profound to me. I didn't share this in the post, but the second layer of that dream was Oprah had invited me to her house. I don't know. I don't like sit around thinking about Oprah, so I don't know why this came to me in my dream, but it was very prophetic to me and profound that this came to me. It was a message, a direct message is what I'm taking it. Because when I walked into Oprah's house, I was very shy and meek and like almost like I don't belong here. Okay, which is like the old paradigm, right? I'm not good enough. I don't deserve to be here. Whatever. And in the dream, I was talking to myself saying, you can't enter Oprah's house that way. You have to enter Oprah's house in a way that's, you deserve this. Like, you got to this place, walk in like you own your worth, and show up the way Oprah does. And so that was kind of my takeaway from that dream, was that, number one, do I want to sit on the sidelines and watch my life pass me by, or watch what I want to do from the seats instead of being the one up on the stage, sharing and inspiring others? And what do I have to do to change from the person sitting in the seats to the person walking on the stage? So fill that in with whatever your goals are in your life, because it's going to take a shift, which means a shift in your mindset, a shift in your actions, and a shift in letting some things go. That to get from this person to this person, and it's still you, but this person has done a lot of work and shifted a lot of things to be able to move in that direction towards your goal, whatever that is. So it's a really powerful message that's coming through for me. I haven't had dreams like this in probably 6 or 7 years. And so I'm really taking it as a sign that that next shift is coming. It's upon me. And in some way, I feel like it's upon all of us. Last thing I want to say is 3 nights ago, I don't know why I'm getting on here to tell you guys about my dreams, but it's a message for all of us. What happens to me is a message for everybody. Same thing with you if you are ready to feel vulnerable enough to share it. So 3 nights ago, this is a little gross, but I had a dream that I was spitting up these flies. I know that sounds disgusting, and in the dream it was very disturbing. And I was like traveling, I was like in a plane, I was coughing up these flies. Well, it turns out, when I looked up the meaning, that it means death. And it said it doesn't have to be a physical death, thank goodness, right? But it can mean like a spiritual death. Then today, guess what card I drew in the tarot? You guessed it, death. Now, even in the tarot, it says death, everybody fears the death card, but it's actually a very positive card. And it has to do with transformation and dying, an old part of you dying, so that this new part of you can be reborn, that you can be reborn. Because in a way, you guys, we all have that future self, that future me that's walking on the stage with Oprah. Whether or not that happens, I am unattached to that. To me, it's a symbol of my future self. She holds a different energy than my current state. And so there are some decisions I'm going to have to make to get from point A to point B. There's going to be some powerful choices I'm going to have to make, and some parts of me that are going to die, and that's going to feel uncomfortable. There's going to be some things I'm going to have to let go of, and that's going to feel uncomfortable. But what am I willing to do? Sit on the sidelines or get up on the stage? And that's what the Death card is. It's the transition to this new future you, this which can be a now you. It doesn't have to be 10 years into the future. It can be 6 months into the future, a year. But what's going to have to shift? So that's what I want to leave you guys with today. Getting on here and just sharing that message has actually shifted my energy, as did taking a walk in the sunshine I just did just now. I was supposed to be writing during this time, and again, it's like that detour in life. I may have to take a few little detours and get out of my comfort zone sometimes, or get out of my headspace, the doubtful part of me that's like, you know, what's going on, or this feels uncomfortable. The video is kind of going on, but there's a lot of messages in it. I hope you have a takeaway. Please tag a couple friends that you know could use this message today. I want to spread this message more. We're going to be doing some giveaways too on this channel. So I just want to get this out more to the world. I've got a program coming up September 22nd called Empowered Women, and I'm going to take you through 12 weeks of my process, my what do I want to say? The process I've been using for the last 10 years on clients and myself to transform, my transformational process that's been measured and has helped so many people. We're going to start that again September 22nd. People that take this program see a radical shift in how they think, feel, act. Goals get accomplished. Whatever you set at the beginning gets accomplished, and you're really going to learn how to step into your power. I've been doing this work for a long time. I'm currently up-leveling, as I said, and there's just this opportunity right now to really step into what's next for you, to step into that future self and to own it, to own your worth, and to trust yourself, and to feel connected to yourself, and to just realign with who you are. What I was going to say earlier, I just remembered, is that, you know, that future self that we talk about, we think that that's somebody else. We think that that's like this big, scary person, and I do this too. We think that we have to be completely different. The truth of the matter is, you were born that way. You were born to be that future self. It's just the programming from our parents, society, grandparents, school, classmates at school, all that junk has told you who you are. We've let the outside world tell us who we are, especially as women. You know, men, we let men tell us who we are. The men we've dated in the past, or just men in general. And this is not a knock against men at all. I'm just saying, as women, we let that happen. And we're really being asked to step into our divine feminine power now, and to move the fuck on. Like, to step into that next level, next version of yourself that's just you. That always was you. You were born that way. It's letting go of all the baggage, all the shit we've collected over the years. And we think that's who we are. And we collect that from different traumas that happened to us, different experiences, dating a guy that tells you you're too intense, or, you know, you're not pretty enough, or leaves you for the girl who's prettier, whatever stupid story that we're still stuck on, even if it's unconscious. This is the stuff we're letting go of. And this is the kind of stuff we work through in Empowered Women in a fun way, with a group of women that are super supportive and loving, and with my guidance and support every single week.